welcome to What's the Deal with Sam? Starring Sam Lilly. Join Sam as he discusses a wide variety of topics.
Batman.
Now let's start the show.
Thank you. What's the deal with Solo, a Star Wars story? It's like Rogue One, the Star Wars story with the ground. I don't have much to say about this at the time of recording this, because let's face it, sometimes I get behind on these. The movie's not even out, but at the time of me recording this fucking shit, even if it was, I wouldn't have seen it. Most likely, because I don't give a shit. It's just, I mean, I haven't even seen the latest, I haven't seen, The Last Jedi. I didn't even see that yet. And that's one I actually want to see, even though I have been hearing poor things about it. But yeah, look, this is another one of those side movies. I don't really care. I've never been super into the whole extended universe thing with Star Wars anyways. That's cool. That's a thing that's there. I like it in the games, I guess. They can do some cool stuff with those. They don't have to follow specific movie things, because what works for a movie doesn't necessarily work for a game. So I give it a little more of a pass there. But with the movies, it's like I'd rather just follow the saga I've been following. And most of the side ones just not been super interesting. So there's a lot of the side extended universe bullshit. Who knows how much of it's even going to matter? If people are upset about it later, they can just say, "Oh, well, it's not canon now." And all of these films are super planned way ahead of time, and they seem like they're based on a really like somebody, like a lot of these sound like they just pitched a stupid fucking idea. They're just like, here's an idea, now let's make a movie. And instead of having somebody who gives a shit about making that movie, it's like, well, let's put somebody on it. We need the right name on it. And because we want to have like a director in it that's like, people will see the name and be like, it's that person. They did this movie too. And they don't necessarily even want somebody who gives a shit about Star Wars or has a vision or any passion towards this. I want somebody who's gonna make a movie, and is gonna make the movie they want them to make, and then Disney's gonna be like, yeah, well, this stuff's good, and that stuff's gotta go, that's gotta change, all this other shit. And if the director doesn't want to do it, then they're like, well, we'll just put somebody else on it and reshoot or something. Doesn't matter, as long as we get the thing out that we wanted to put out. We have certain things, buzzwords. We gotta have Vader in there somewhere. We gotta have lightsabers. We gotta have all these things. We gotta have them in this Star Wars movie. We gotta do that. So a lot of it's just built around that shit. Solo is gonna be probably kind of I think the trailer's out, anyways, at this point. But yeah, it's like, I don't know, having young Han would be cool, I guess. You could have some adventures with him. That would be fun. Either as just Han before he met Chewie, or after. I guess they want him to meet Chewie and see how that happens, and I don't know. I feel like this is sort of not... I don't care. They're gonna show a shit I don't care about. Like, yes, obviously Han meets Chewie. They probably should just have it at a point after that, but before he ever met, before the events of A New Hope. Right. And that could be fun. Because then it's like, oh, see these cool adventures that they go on and all that stuff. Or if they were going to show and make it more about meeting Chewie and having them build the bond between those two and why they get along so well and all that shit. That could be neat, I guess. I don't have any confidence this will have the kind of focus for that. It's gonna have to hit these. It just has to hit these different points. Like Han has to, I don't know. Han has to find out how he looks like Han somehow, and there might be some stupid thing about how he got his outfit. They gotta have how he meets Chewie. They gotta have how he meets Lando. They gotta have how he wins the Falcon. They gotta have all these little plot points in there because we've had these things mentioned before in the other movies, and so of course, if there's no attachment to another Star Wars movie, then of course they can't do it, which is, of course not. How would you possibly have a side movie that doesn't connect to a bunch of stupid fucking throwaway lines? At least, right? I don't know. And also, the subtitle, they're apparently calling it a Star Wars story. So I guess, I don't know if that's going to be the trend for all these side ones to be a Star Wars story. If that is the thing, that's dumb. I guess it's to make so people aren't confused as to, like, you know, oh, it's not like part of the episodic thing, but I think they even dropped the episode numbers on... Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I thought they started dropping the episode numbers. Like, I don't think The Force Awakens is touted as episode 7 anymore. I don't think it has that title anymore. I don't think there's ever episode 8 with The Last Jedi, even. I think they might have just, like, totally not done it at all at that point. So then, to try to make it less confusing, they're calling all these other side ones a Star Wars story now, maybe? But that's just dumb, because then you're going to get him confused. Like, yeah, it's the Star Wars story. It's like, oh, well, there's, like, going to be 80 of them with a Star Wars story in the subtitle. You know, so, like, I don't know. It's just, I don't feel like it's going to be really exciting, you know? I feel like what we're looking at is another fucking thing of, like, yeah, let's make a thing that people will watch and will put in front of their face, and they'll watch it because it's a Star Wars. And we'll throw in things that reference other Star Wars things that they know, so they feel like they're watching Star Wars. What is the movie about? It's about putting out another Star Wars movie to make money and merchandise for making more money and keeping up that hype for Star Wars while we work on the main Star Wars, which is going to still be doing a lot of stuff that you've already seen in other Star Wars, so you know it's still a Star Wars. It's kind of a sad thing when you're like, when you have to look at some of these and be like, well, yeah, the prequels were bad, and just fundamentally they were pretty bad. I think a lot of what they were trying to do was pretty poor. I mean, like, or I guess a lot of what they did was pretty poor, and it had a weird focus, and there's a lot of issues there. People have torn these apart a ton, but you definitely feel like there was somebody behind that gave a shit, that was imagining stuff, and at least, you know, it was still a world that was being invented and thought of, and it was still in some way kind of exciting with that. It was exploring these ideas, and I feel like a lot of this more recent Star Wars stuff I've been seeing is much more competently done, but it's lacking a lot of soul. There's a lot of let's be safe, let's do what people know. It feels like basically a machine is putting these out, and that machine, you know, the machine is very efficient at putting these out and putting them out in this solid condition. It's just not very good at making them feel anything, and that's sort of the issue that's starting to happen a bit, and it's mostly talking about Rogue One, I guess, for me, but just a lot of that in general, like overall so far, it seems a little bit like that, and Solo is just going to be another one of those. I can't say for sure it's not out. Once it comes out, we'll see. If that one also shows up on Netflix, I'll watch it there at the end, I suppose, but I don't know. Or if someone else, like, has a DVD or something, I don't fucking care. It's just kind of the burnout at this point. Like, yes, it's cool that Star Wars came back again. It's not really cool that there are a bunch of side movies, and that they're getting confusing with timeline stuff because people who want to just watch the main movies then are like, some people thought Rogue One was a new movie, you know, and in the same like line and continuing. It's like, no, it's not continuing from there. It's like a side thing, and it's confusing for people, and it's dropping the episode numbers, makes it more confusing, and I don't know, it's just fucking, it's a mess, and it's, people are hitting that burnout point, and it's like, you need to either do something with that universe, or, you know, or leave it alone, I guess. Or be happy with it, you know. I guess they don't really care as long as it's still making the money. People can complain all they want, but if they're still going to see the things and buying the shit, and, you know, we're just gonna see it continue, so it doesn't really matter, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, and I don't give a shit, but I don't really want to see. They already did such a bad job, I think, with, made a lot of mistakes, I think, with Rogue One already, anyways. I don't think they'll have the restraint to make Solo a Star Wars story very good. It's going to be probably a lot of, remember this is how it happened, kind of things. And it's like, I don't know if this is necessarily going to be exciting, or if it's going to be done well, and, you know, I don't have the confidence that it's going to be, you know, an overall good thing, but I guess we'll see. That's Solo, a Star Wars story. I mean, I don't know, what's the deal with that? It's like, The Last Jedi with the ground. And, I don't know. And it's the saddest thing is, you know, this is where we're going to be, what we're going to be talking about forever. Just forever. They're just not going to stop making Star Wars movies ever, apparently. Maybe it'll go away again for a while. Maybe it'll do a little low. Well, Star Wars numbers are going down, so Disney has decided to put Star Wars into the vault. Don't even get me started on that fucking vault. But then, you know, it's just they'll do that for a little while, and then a few years, you know, so many years later, they're like, oh, we're gonna bring it back out now and do another Star Wars thing, because, yeah, whatever. Fucking, whatever. You know? Fucking man. So, that's basically what Star Wars, the future of Star Wars, boils down to. It just boils down to with the ground.
What's the deal with Sam? What's the deal with Sam? What's the deal with Sam? What's the deal